Hermes have been using Barenia, or Nova Nappa, same thing, Barenia is a trademark name for Nova Nappa, for literally decades. They have been using it, I think, since the early 1900s, but I can't actually find a reference for it. If you know, let me know down in the description, down in the comments. But it's probably my favourite calf skin to work with. It is the perfect blend between chrome tan and veg tan leather. Perfect blend. It's super soft, you can split it super thin, and you can have it a really, really lovely patina if patina is what you like. If patina isn't what you like and you like your bags to look how they are now in 50 years, this is not the leather for you. But we're going to be using Barenia or Nova Nappa today. You can get your own in the description box below. There is a link to Nova Nappa leather sold by Leatherbox. They're not sponsoring this video, but they have sponsored videos in the past, just to let you know. But I got it from there. This is a trial run piece for me. I'm currently building out a collection of small leather goods, and as part of that collection I want a nice card holder. So this is a prototype build for me, even though there's very little difference between this and the card holders I've made in the past. Every pattern is different, and in a couple of weeks I will be showing you exactly how I go through the process of going from an idea in my mind, because I have an idea for a fantastic card holder that I want to make myself, and I'll be adding to the same collection. And I'm going to go from the concept in my mind and talk you guys through as I do it in creating the pattern for a new card holder. This one is using turned edges. I have a video last week on a tutorial on exactly how I do turned edges, so go watch that. It's in my list of hundreds of videos, but go check that out. And that is kind of where we are now. So one thing that you're going to notice is that this is not perfect, and I know it's so uncommon in the 2026 year that we're in to make a video of something that isn't perfect, but I wanted to show you guys that actually the first thing you make doesn't need to be perfect. For instance, this panel that I'm currently creasing, which is the back panel, when I do it next, I'm not going to fold it over first. I'm going to stitch the T-slots, which you're about to see, onto that panel, and then I'm going to fold it over and glue it afterwards, because that will mean that I can completely hide the stitching. So that is something that I want to change in the next version, and I will be changing before it goes live, if you like. But if you're a long time subscriber of the channel, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Why is there black tape on the card holder? So the T-slot is where people keep, obviously, their cards. And it is a really high wear area. I build my stuff to last for decades. Leather can last for, well, we've got examples of stuff from like 100 years ago. So leather can last a very, very long time. T-slots, because I'm skiving it very, very thin, it's only about 0.3 millimeters where I'm putting that line and those stitches, they can wear out, they can pull through. So I've put some non-stretch tape, the black tape, on the back of that T-slot, and that allows just for a little bit of extra security. Yes, it will eventually fail, but nothing lasts forever, and it's a very easy piece to repair. You just take the front panel off, take the T-slot off, stitch another one in, or just buy another one. But I would highly recommend that you get your work, your pieces that you've invested hours of your life carrying, repaired when they need it, because the definition of luxury by Hermes a long, long time ago is luxury is what can be repaired. I build all of my stuff to be repaired, and that is something that you guys should do too, and I'll be talking you through that process when I make the pattern next week. I'm very excited to show you how I go from, okay, this is a pattern I've seen in a shop, and this is what I don't like about it, because the great thing about learning this craft, leather work, leather craft, whatever you want to call it, the great thing about learning it is that you can adjust things you see. So say you see a crossbody bag, or you see a briefcase, or whatever it might be, and there's a part that you don't quite like about it. Fabulous, make your own. But in order to do that, you need to start at the beginning. You need to start where everyone else does. I mean, I think I probably made 100 card holders in my life, maybe more than that. It's a starting point. It teaches you really basic skills. I'll make this pattern available if you would like, so let me know in the description box, in the comment section below if you would like. This is another example. So the thread, I haven't snipped it off and glued it in place, because if I ever want to take these apart, it's easier to take them apart if that thread is there tucked away. But also it means that I'm not trying to poke a piece of thread into a hole to seal it, to hide it. That thread just goes invisibly between the layers. It's a really nice way of ending. You can also poke it out the side, but I decided to do it down the edge. You'll never notice it. Because I know you guys will ask, this is a glue called EcoSar 16PIU. I get it from Pro Italia Plus. I don't have a link for that, I'm sorry, but that's the glue that I use. I really like it. It's not the strongest glue in the world. It sets quite quickly, but I just like using it. You don't need the strongest glue in the world. It's to hold it together. It's to hold the piece together whilst you stitch it, and to hold the edge together whilst you paint it or burnish it. That's all glue's doing. It's an extra layer, an extra level of security. I'm going to be using a 3mm pricking iron, and I cannot recommend a 20 tooth pricking iron enough. It makes that line so much cleaner, because obviously if you introduce lots of different striking points, so if you're using a shorter pricking iron, like let's say 10 tooth or 8 tooth, you will get a wobble, which is not great, and I don't like it very much. So whenever I can, I use a 20 tooth pricking iron. But this is a 20 tooth 3mm, and I'm using a 0.4mm Misi thread. You can get the Misi thread in the links in the description box below. They are affiliate links, I have to say that legally. I didn't do an overstitch. I should have. It was a mistake. Next time I make this, I obviously will do an overstitch. It helps when you're using the stash pocket in the middle. And I'm using Uniter's edge paint. So this is a custom mix that I did. It's got a little bit of red, a little bit of brown. It's just a nice colour. But it's a Uniter's, and it's my favourite one. It just gets such a smooth edge. I've tried Giardini. I didn't like it so much. But there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave the rest with you to enjoy whilst I sand this down. It's about 5 coats I think I put on in the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a phenomenal week. Take care.